doorway to nightmare. Come in. Welcome. I'm your host, Artemis Black. Most of you perhaps know the story. How Poseidon seduced a beautiful maiden in the temple of Athena, and how the goddess turned the lovely Medusa into a monster, where her gaze would turn men into stone. She was killed by Perseus, her head with hair of snakes cut off. But what actually happened to the head of Medusa?
The eyes. I must get the right... Ugh! Blast it! It's no use. I can't seem to get it. Just a minute. Oh, Charlie.
Percy, I was hoping you would be home.
Well, come in. Can I get you something?
Anything is fine. So, this is the studio I've heard so much about?
Not that it's doing me any good. I've been working for almost a year, and I'm not getting anywhere.
Well, these things take time, you know. I still can't understand why you wanted to sculpt. As I recall, you were a pretty good painter.
I want to do something different.
Different is right. I mean, canvas and paints are a lot lighter than a block of stone.
No, I needed something more than that. And you said it yourself. I was only pretty good.
Well, I didn't mean...
No, it's okay, Charlie. I knew what you meant. Hang on a second, Charlie. Fix yourself another drink. Hello? No one here. What's this?
Who was at the door?
No, it must have been a delivery. There's nothing but this box on the porch.
No address on it. Only your name, Percy Jenkins.
I wonder who sent it.
I have a wonderful idea. Why don't you open it?
Why don't you find out what's in it? I'm gonna fix another drink and wallow in self-pity.
Some kind of wooden chest. Old and smelly.
Then open the chest, dummy.
Oh my God! Percy!
Charlie? Charlie?
Help me!
My God! Charlie?
Let me out.
Who's there?
I'm in the box.
What happened to Charlie?
See for yourself.
But that's impossible. He's turned to stone.
Let me out, you miserable fool.
And how can I do that? If you are who you say you are, I would have to look at you to get you out.
I promise. I will close my eyes. Nothing will happen to you. I need your help.
My help? What could I possibly do for you?
Revenge! Athena made me this way, but she was not the angelic goddess that people remember. She had her moments of pleasure with humans.
That was thousands of years ago. Besides, it's only a Greek myth.
Do I sound like a myth? Get me out of this box.
All right. But what do I get in return?
I'm a Gorgon, not a god.
True, but I still think this could be mutually beneficial.
What do you want?
I'm sure that during your time there were great sculptors, artists that created works of art.
What is it that you want?
To be the greatest, my works in art galleries all over the world.
I can't do that. I'm not a god.
No, you are not. However, one gaze from you and a person turns to stone. I mean, look at poor Charlie. That horrified, frightened look on his face. Frozen forever in time.
Then, let me out.
Close your eyes.
According to Greek mythology, Medusa was a beautiful maiden who was sworn to the goddess Athena. Since Athena could not curse her uncle Poseidon, she made Medusa a monster. Not a very just curse for a devoted follower of the goddess. But then, this was a Greek tragedy. I'll be back with Act 2. Percy Jenkins, a failed sculptor, has received the actual head of Medusa. He currently has it sitting on his desk, its eyes covered with dark glasses.
I can't see a thing.
Of course not. Do you think I'm crazy?
What manner of bandage is covering my eyes?
They are called glasses. I took some black paint and covered the lenses.
What does the world look like now?
Oh, nothing like you remember. Hang on.
Percy? Percy, where did you go?
Oh, this should give you some idea. Now, I'm going to stand behind you and take off the glasses.
What sort of magic is this?
No magic. It's called television. This is the news. But there are other things to see as well. Granted, most of it is garbage.
It's remarkable. Pictures and sound in a box.
Yeah, don't watch too much. It'll ruin your eyes. Now, what sort of revenge are you talking about?
Bring the pictures back!
Not until you tell me what you have in mind.
Perseus. He murdered me.
That's not the story I heard.
I was Athena's servant. Poseidon took me by force. But was he punished? No. I was so beautiful, you would have fallen in love with me.
I'm immune.
I want my revenge.
This is the 21st century, Medusa. I'm sure that Perseus is long dead now.
He had children. I shall turn them into stone.
Tracing that genealogy would be impossible. Look, before we do that, let's make me rich. Then we can have people do it for us.
Who is that?
Someone that I invited over. Let me cover you up first.
Well,
Oh, so glad you could make it, Helen.
I couldn't pass this up. Besides, I haven't gotten an alimony check from you in months.
Oh, I don't think you're gonna have to worry about that for very much longer.
You said that a year ago. Oh, you were fine for the first couple of months. Then nothing. How am I supposed to live?
Just stand right there.
Don't tell me you finally sold one of your horrible statues. I mean, look at that one. Why did you make his face so frightening?
Oh, I'm working on a series. I want you to be a part of it.
I'm not going to pose for you.
You won't have to. Just look on my desk.
What is it? What's under that cloth?
Just look and see.
It's a head.
Open your eyes, Medusa.
Percy, over here.
Hello, Richard.
Oh, Percy, I can't thank you enough. Choosing my gallery for your first showing. It's marvelous. I mean, look at this crowd.
Oh, they seem to be enjoying themselves.
I've already had 3 bids. We run the show through the weekend, and I'm sure that all the pieces will be sold.
And that was the point.
Mr. Jenkins?
Yes?
I'm Carol Adams. My sister Helen posed for you.
Oh! You are Helen's sister. We never did meet, although I had seen your picture.
Where is Helen?
Oh, over there, near the atrium.
I don't mean her statue. I mean her. Where is she?
I really don't know. And why should I?
No one has seen her since she went to your studio. That's been 3 weeks ago.
No, she came in, posed while I took some pictures, and then left. Where she went, I have the faintest idea, and I really don't care.
Seems a little funny that she would agree to pose for you. And that frightened look on her face. So lifelike.
I think that is the best review of my work yet.
But they all have that look.
Hence the name of the show, Faces of Fear. It took me over a year to capture that look of dread and horror.
If you happen to hear from Helen,
I will be sure to let you know.
The old proverb says, be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. Percy seems to have gotten what he wanted, but at what cost? I'll be back shortly with Act 3. In the original tale, Perseus beheaded Medusa, only to use it against the king, turning the king to stone. The head now resides on the desk of the artist, Percy.
there has to be something here. Helen would never have posed for him.
Carol? How did you get in?
The door was unlocked?
Well then, could I offer you a drink?
What did you do with her?
With whom?
You know very well. What did you do with Helen?
I simply immortalized her in stone.
Did you kill her? Hide her body somewhere in here?
Of course not. Why would I do that?
She told me what you were like. Never paying attention to her, always working on your statues, hammering away night and day. She said it was a living hell.
We simply had our differences.
And she took you to the cleaners. Well, good for her. Now where is she?
Do you really want to know what happened to Helen?
What did you do?
Oh, there's something on my desk that I want you to take a look at.
That would be a good trick.
Oh, I think that you will find this very interesting. There. Gaze upon the head of Medusa.
Fine. What about it?
Medusa, wake up. Open your eyes.
But they are open.
Something's wrong.
Perhaps it's because...
Medusa, open your eyes. Look at her.
I am looking at her. She's looking at me.
This doesn't make sense.
It would if you would let me tell you.
You must have your eyes closed. Let me... No. 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 I'm turning into...
Percy? Percy?
What happened?
I don't know. Who are you?
You don't know? Can't you see by looking at me?
That's what I was trying to tell Percy. I've been blind since I was born.
Let me help you.
And how could you possibly help me?
I will be your eyes.
And what would you want from me?
Simply the use, from time to time, of
Your body. The police came and went. They knew that Carol could never cause any harm, and the head of Medusa, hidden in a box, where Carol carefully put her, until the two meld together once again. I'll be back shortly. The artist Percy Jenkins was never heard from again, although standing in an art gallery is his last known creation, a sort of self-portrait in stone with a look of pure terror etched forever upon his face. Our cast included Jemma Mitchell, Raven Adams, Jonathan Rossignol, Crimson McKenzie, and Madeline Lane. The story was edited by Crimson McKenzie, and the production under the direction of Winslow Swan. And now, a preview of our next tale.
What? Did you see all of that stuff in her house?
Now look, Ray, you got a good thing going here. Don't louse it up for either of us.
Don't worry, Hank. I wouldn't do anything like that.
You better not. Miss Charlotte is just a sweet old lady who needs a little help. Delivering a meal to her isn't gonna kill you.
And that house! Sheesh! It's like a maze. Or some giant spider's web.
I told you it was huge.
Yeah, I guess so. But then, well, she called me delicious.
I swear, Ray, you were gonna get us in some deep trouble.
This is your host, inviting you to return with us to the doorway to Nightmare for another adventure into the world of your terrifying imagination. Until next time, slumber peacefully. Epilogue. The butler did it.